Chapter 5: Synthesis of Strategic Issues and Analysis. A strategic issue is the primary matter faced by an organization that must be addressed for the organization to survive, excel, or to achieve a major strategic initiatives. The strategic issue defines what the organization needs to address and to resolve to move the organization forward toward success by analyzing the data and information from the internal and external assessments as presented in the SWOT. Porter's 5 forces analysis examines the situation faced by the competitors in an industry. Strategic groups analysis narrows the focus by entering on subsets of these competitors whose strategies are similar. SWOT analysis takes an even narrower focus by entering on an individual firm. Specifically, SWOT analysis is a tool that considers a firm's strengths and weaknesses, along with the opportunities and threats that exist in the firm's environment. The SWOT framework is developed by synthesizing the information developed from the external, competitive, and internal assessment. Key takeaway: executive using SWOT analysis compare internal strengths and weaknesses with external opportunities and traits to generate ideas about how their firm might become more successful, ideas that allow a firm to leverage its strengths, mitigate or resolve its weaknesses, capitalize on opportunities, and protect itself against threats are particularly helpful. Strategic issue identification. What is strategic issue? First, it is an issue, something that needs to be addressed and resolved. Second, it is strategic. It is a long-term issue whose resolution will help move the organization toward its vision. Resolving the strategic issue will have a major impact on the directions and success of the firm. The strategic issue is derived from the facts and data provided by the external and internal analysis and its synthesis through the SWOT framework. The strategic issue will change over time as the external, competitive, and internal dynamics change. For organizations working through the strategic management process, defining the strategic issue may not be simple. Key takeaway: it is important to define the strategic issue of an organization using the information and data from the external and internal analysis. In the SWOT framework, the strategic issue sets the strategic focus for the development of strategies. The strategies will address and attempt to resolve the strategic issue and move the organization toward accomplishing its visions. Chapter 6: Selecting Business Level Strategies. A generic business level strategy is also called its generic competitive strategy because it defines how a firm competes head-to-head against similar products and services in the marketplace. According to Michael Porter, a firm may pursue one of 5 generic or competitive business level strategy. These are broad cost leadership, broad differentiation, focused cost leadership, focused differentiation, and best cost strategies. If selecting a broad cost leadership or broad differentiation strategy, the target market for the product or service is broad, meaning most people who buy within that industry. If the strategy is focused, the target market is narrow, a niche market, and not meant for most people in the industry. A strategy of broad cost leadership offers the lowest price in the market for that product or service. Firms pursuing a broad differentiation strategy offer something unique that differentiates their product or service from others. If the strategy is focused cost leadership, then the firm attempts to provide the lowest cost to a narrow niche target market. Focused differentiation provides unique or differentiated products or services to a narrow niche target market. The fifth generic business level strategy is called best cost, where the firm attempts to offer a hybrid of both lower cost and differentiated products or services, combining the two basic strategies. Once a firm establishes its overall generic business level strategy, the strategic management process helps the firm to continuously improve upon that strategy. Why examine generic strategies? A generic business level strategy is a general way of positioning a firm within an industry. Focusing on generic strategies allows executives to concentrate on the core elements of the firm's business level strategies.
Good morning everyone, I am Jessamay Alvaro and today let's continue the topic about the chapter 6 about the business level strategies. First, as you can see, there are competitive advantage, cost, and differentiation. According to Porter, there are two competitive dimensions that are keys to business level strategy. The first dimension is a firm's source of competitive advantage. This dimension involves whether a firm tries to gain an edge on rivals by keeping costs down or by offering something unique in the market. And the next dimension, or the second dimension, is a firm's scope of operations. This dimension involves whether a firm tries to target customers in general or whether it seeks to attract just a narrow segment of customers. And in the next slide, as you can see, there are four major or four generic business level strategies emerge from these decisions. Number 1, broad cost leadership. 2, broad differentiation, focused cost leadership, and 4, focused differentiation. So what is cost leadership? A strategy that involves reducing costs to compete on price. This strategy can lead to higher profit margins and lower prices for consumers. Next, differentiation or broad differentiation. A strategy that involves offering unique features to set a company apart from competitors. This strategy can help companies win market share. Next, focused cost leadership. A strategy that involves achieving cost leadership within niche market. And last, focused differentiation. It is a strategy that involves achieving differentiation within a niche market. In rare cases, firms are able to offer both low prices and unique features that customers find desirable. These firms are following a best cost strategy. Firms that are not able to offer low prices or appealing unique features are referred to as stuck in the middle. Next is limitations of generic strategies. Examining business level strategy in terms of generic strategies has limitations. Firms that follow a particular generic strategy tend to share certain features. For example, one way that cost leaders generally keep cost low is by not spending much on advertising. Not every cost leader, however, follows this path. While cost leaders such as Waffle House spend very little on advertising, Walmart spends considerable money on print and television's advertising despite following a cost leadership strategy. Thus, a firm may not match every characteristic that its generic strategy entails. Instead, depending on the nature of a firm's industry, tweaking the recipe of a generic strategy may be essential to cooking up success. Next is cost leadership. Cost leadership is a business strategy that aims to be the lowest cost producer of a product or service in a market. The goal is to gain a competitive advantage by offering lower prices than competitors. Cost leadership is an effective business level strategy to the extent that a firm offers low prices, provides satisfactory quality, and attracts enough customers to be profitable. Next, the nature of the cost leadership strategy. It is tempting to think of cost leaders as companies that sell inferior, poor quality goods and services for rock-bottom prices. This is not necessarily true, but some companies get these reputations. Kmart, for example, had been a successful discount department store with a cost leadership strategy. As Walmart competed head-to-head with Kmart, however, and offered higher quality products at the same or lower prices than its rivals, Kmart was doomed. Its reputations for cheap, inferior products, and its inability to win a price war with Walmart pushed Kmart into bankruptcy. And these are the advantages and disadvantages of cost leadership. Each generic strategy offers advantages that firms can potentially leverage to enhance their success, as well as disadvantages that may undermine their success. First, the advantages of using cost leadership strategy. There are several potential benefits to using a cost leadership strategy. First, low costs enable low prices. Cost leaders focus their attention on increasing the efficiency of production processes to lower production cost. Low costs allow them to lower prices while still making a profit. Number 2, cost leaders are more able to withstand price wars. Cost leaders are sufficiently equipped to reduce their cost, which can deter competition. Higher priced competitors are less likely to want to directly compete with cost leaders if they cannot guarantee they're going to win. Number 3, cost leaders may enjoy increased market share. A large share of consumers are price sensitive and gravitate toward the companies offering the lowest priced goods. This means that the company with the lowest prices is likely to sell the most units. The more units a company sells, the more its market share increases. In turn, when the market share of a company rises, the unit cost decreases, potentially fueling even greater profits. Next, the disadvantages of using a cost leadership strategy. Using a cost leadership strategy can have several downsides. Consider the potential drawbacks to cost leadership. Number 1, the cost leadership approach can be risky. Cost leaders must constantly innovate new ways to reduce cost. As soon as a company discovers an effective method of cost reduction, competitors are likely to copy the method. Cost leaders must be able to sustain consistent cost reduction or they could face significant losses. Second, it may be difficult to maintain perceptions of quality. Maintaining the perception of quality becomes difficult when your marketing strategy hinges on offering the cheapest products possible. Cost leaders have to find a way to maintain a positive image and encourage brand loyalty while offering cheap goods and services. Number 3, cost leaders are dependent on a high volume of sales. Cost leaders inevitably operate within profit margins. This means they have to maintain a high volume of sales to be successful. Last, cost leaders may be slow to adapt to market changes. When your business level strategy is centered around cost reduction, it can be challenging to keep up with consumer trends and tastes. Cost leaders may be committed to develop advanced technologies in order to reduce production cost, only to find that customer tastes have shifted, rendering the technology obsolete. Next, differentiation. Differentiation can be an effective business level strategy to the extent that a firm offers unique features that convince customers to pay a premium for their goods and services. As with other business level strategies, there are advantages and disadvantages in pursuing a differentiation strategy. Next, the nature of the differentiation strategy. A famous glitch condensed that you get what you pay for. This saying captures the essence of a differentiation strategy. A firm following a differentiation strategy attempts to convince customers to pay a premium price for its goods and services by providing unique and desirable features. The message that such a firm conveys to customers is that you will pay a little bit more for our offerings, but you will receive a good value overall because our offerings provide something special. In terms of the two competitive dimensions described by Michael Porter, using a differentiation strategy means that a firm is competing based on uniqueness rather than price and is seeking to attract a broad market. Next slide is about the advantages and disadvantages of differentiation strategy. First, what are the advantages of differentiation strategy? Number 1, reduced price sensitivity. By differentiating products or services, companies can create a unique value propositions that sets them apart from their competitors. This can result in customers being less price sensitive and willing to pay a premium for the unique features or benefits that the company offers. A great example of this is Apple. It differentiates its products through design, functionality, and user experience. This allows the company to charge premium prices for its products compared to its competitors. Number 2, build brand loyalty. Differentiation can also help build brand loyalty by creating a strong emotional connection with customers. Nike's brand strategy focuses on differentiation by creating a unique image that is associated with its products. The company's "Just Do It" slogan and the iconic swoosh logo have helped to differentiate the brand from its competitors, creating a loyal customer base that is willing to pay a premium for Nike's products. Number 3, reduce competition. By creating a unique product or service, companies can reduce competition and increase their market share. For example, Tesla uses differentiation strategy by producing electric cars with advanced technology and unique features, such as self-driving capabilities. This has helped to reduce competitions in electric car market and has allowed Tesla to dominate the industry with a large market share. Number 4, increased profit margins. By offering a differentiated products or service, companies can often charge premium prices, leading to higher profit margins. Additionally, by reducing price sensitivity, companies can maintain these higher prices over the long term, leading to sustained profitability. Last, enhance customer experience. Companies can differentiate themselves, often prioritize delivering exceptional customer service and support. For example, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company differentiates itself by providing personalized service. This includes anticipating guest needs and preferences and tailoring their experience accordingly. Next, the disadvantages of differentiation strategy. Number 1, higher cost. Differentiating products or services can require significant investments in research and development, marketing, and other areas. Companies may need to spend more on high-quality materials, skilled labor, and specialized equipment in order to create products or services that stand out from the competition. This higher cost can reduce profitability and may also make it difficult for companies to compete on price. For example, Rolex is a luxury watch brand that differentiates itself by producing high-quality, prestigious timepieces. However, this differentiation strategy comes at a cost. Rolex watches are often priced much as higher than those of its competitors, making them less accessible to a broader market. Number 2, limited market. Differentiated products or services may be less accessible to customers who are not willing to pay a premium for unique features or attributes. This can limit the potential market for a company's products or services, and also make it difficult to expand into a new markets where customers may have different preferences or price points. For example, A Ferrari is a luxury sports cars manufacturer that differentiates itself by producing high-performance vehicles with iconic designs. However, this differentiation strategy comes at a cost. Ferrari's cars are often printed higher than those of its competitors. This makes them less accessible to a broader market. Number 3. Complexity. Differentiating products or services can increase the complexity of a company's operations. This can be particularly in areas such as supply chain management, production, and quality control. Companies may need to invest in additional resources and expertise to manage this complexity. This can result in increased costs and reduced efficiency. For example, Nestle is a global food and beverage company. It produces a wide range of differentiated products, such as premium chocolates and gourmet coffee. Managing the supply chain for these products can be complex, as Nestle sources ingredients from all over the world and must ensure the consistency of its products across different markets. Number 4. Higher prices. Companies can use differentiation strategies, often charge a premium for their products, which can make them more expensive for customers. This can limit the accessibility of the products and exclude some customers who cannot afford it. Apple's iPhones are known for their high-quality design and advanced features, but they also come with a premium price tag that may make them inaccessible to some customers. This can be seen in emerging markets where low-cost smartphones from competitors such as Xiaomi and Huawei are gaining popularity.
Good morning everyone, I am Florilyn Abero. So next, focus, cost leadership and focus differentiation. Companies that use a cost leadership strategy and those that use a differentiation strategy share one important characteristic. Both groups try to be attractive to customer in general. These efforts to comply the broad markets can be contrasted with strategy that involve targeting and relatively narrow niche of potential customer. Next, the nature of the focus cost leadership strategy. Focus cost leadership is the first of two focus strategies. A focus cost leadership strategy requires competing based on price to target a narrow market. A firm that follows this strategy does not necessarily charge the lowest prices in the industry. Instead, it charge low prices relative to other firms to compete within the target market. Redbox, for example, uses vending machines placed outside grocery store and other retail outlets or rent DVDs of movies for $1. There are ways to view movie even cheaper, such as through the flat fee streaming video subscription offered by Netflix. So next, the nature of the focus differentiation strategy. Focus differentiation is the second of two focus strategy. A focus differentiation strategy requires the offering unique features that fulfill the demands of the narrow market. As with a focus setting strategy, narrow markets are defined in different ways and different setting. One example is Reese's Resort, a company that caters to couples without children. The firm operates 7 tropical resorts where vacationers are guaranteed that they will not be annoyed by loud and disruptive children. Next, the advantage and disadvantage of focus strategy. Each generic strategy offers advantages that firms can potentially leverage to enhance their success, as well as disadvantage that may determine their success. In the case of focus differentiation, one advantage is that very high prices can be charged and that these firms often price their worth for a value that is charged by firms following a differentiation strategy. REI, Recreational Equipment Incorporated, for example, commands a hefty premium for its outdoor sporting goods and clothes that feature name brands such as the North Face and Marmot. NAS focus differentiation strategy center on selling min-sell comp shirt with a 1950s retro flair. A second, the advantage of using a focus strategy is that firms often develop tremendous expertise about the goods and services that they offer. In markets such as camping equipment, where product knowledge is entrants may find out difficult to compete with firms following a focus strategy. So next, base of the table 6.8, executing a focus strategy, the advantages. High prices can be charged. Recreational Equipment Incorporated, for example, commands a premium for their outdoor sporting goods and clothes that feature name brands such as the North Face and Marmot. Firms using a focus strategy often develop great expertise about the goods and services being sold. Thus, customers may gravitate toward a specialty camping shop in order to learn how to best take advantage of limited vacation time. The disadvantage, limited demands exist for specialized goods and services, so very potential sales count. In terms of disadvantages, the limited demand available within a niche can cause problems. First, a firm could find its growth ambition stemmed once its target market is being well served. Expansion to other markets might be the only way to expand, and this often requires to developing a new set of skills.
A best cost strategy is when companies offer both low prices and substantial differentiation, making it challenging but rewarding to execute. Companies using this approach aim to provide value by blending affordability with unique features. Example of firms pursuing a best cost strategy. Southwest Airlines provides low-cost flights to vacation destinations such as San Antonio, San Diego, and Orlando, while many airlines make passengers feel like cattle loaded onto a truck. Southwest creates fun by, for example, getting children excited about visiting SeaWorld when they see this custom Shamu plane design. Target offer extremely competitive prices, but the firm also differentiates itself from other discount retailers by carrying products from trendy designers such as Michael Graves, Isaac Mizrahi, Fiorosi, and Universal Trend. Mexican Grill relies on organic ingredients to create very tasty burritos that are sold at prices comparable to those of fast food restaurants. When noon arrives, many hungry people prefer to spend their lunch dollars on a top-shelf burrito rather than a greasy burger combo meal. And lastly, Pabst Blue Ribbon is offered at an extreme low price, and its taste or back thereof is comparable to other expensive beers. PBR enjoys brand loyalty, however, due to its high name recognition. The frequent appearance of PBR well-known logo on signs, t-shirts, and other merchandise, has helped make PBR an enduring favorite among beer consumers with light wallets. A firm is considered stuck in the middle when it fails to offer unique features that justify its prices or charge prices low enough to compete effectively. Such firms often perform poorly due to a lack of clear market positioning or competitive pricing. These are the examples of firms that are stuck in the middle. Arby's signature roast beef sandwich are neither cheaper than other fast food nor are they standouts in taste. Sears and their famous catalog once dominated U.S. retailing. But the failure to cultivate customers among newer generations and prices that are higher than those of rivals have severely wounded the company. They filed for bankruptcy in 2018. Electronics retailer Circuit City found itself squeezed by the superior service offered by rival Best Buy and the cheaper prices change on electronics by Walmart and Target. Headquartered in Richmond, Virginia, the firm went bankrupt in 2009 after 60 years in business. Kmart's Blue Light Specials, the alert shoppers to a deeply discounted item, reflect the firm's long-running effort to be a cost leader, but emerging on the losing end of a war with Walmart sent the firm into bankruptcy. Struggling to survive, it has closed most of its stores. This chapter explains generic business level strategies that executives select to keep their firms competitive. Executives must select their firm's source of competitive advantage by choosing to compete based on low cost versus more expensive features that differentiate their firm from competitors. In addition, targeting either a narrow or broad market helps firms further understand their customer base. And also, this chapter covers business-level strategies that help firms remain competitive. Executive must decide whether to compete based on low cost and differentiated features and whether to target a broad or narrow market.